Hello, everyone. Another
I
beautiful
don't think
day.
you're started. I don't think it started. It has not gone live.
We are live. We are
Really?
almost
Okay. Well,
15
on my
seconds live.
goes to show you that what do I know? Because mine says go live. So okay, there you go. This is how it's going to go. Okay.
Well, as I was saying, we're here for another beautiful day in actually SEA, Sage Circle Alliance World, and we're at day 3 of 31 days of just being here and talking about the Sage Circle Alliance. I'm VLynn Hawkins I'm the co-founder of Vegan Visibility Productions, and I'm here with two other amazing women. I'll let them introduce themselves, but I am part of a digital marketing operation and a founding member of Sage Circle Alliance, which I love because there's so much need for us to have the ability to move this movement, to add momentum to this movement. And I love connecting with such powerful people in this space already, with like minds and just the passion to help people. And we know how that help is going to come. So thank you, ladies. Go for it. Who wants to go
Well,
next?
I'll just do a short intro. I'm Kathleen Gage. I am also co-founder of Vegan Visibility Productions and co-host of Veganpreneur Revolution podcast and a founding member of Sage Circle Alliance, and based out of a small farming community outside of Eugene, Oregon. And I will turn it over to Lauren. Lauren, why don't you share a bit about yourself?
Well, hello. I'm Lauren Bernick from wellelephant.com and also the podcast Age Like a Badass Mother,
Ooh, I
I
love it.
like that.
Oh.
co-host with Lisa Rice. I joined Sage Circle Alliance because I too just want to help vegan entrepreneurs. So my very short story is that in 2015, I was diagnosed with heart disease. Of course, the doctors told me there's nothing you could do. I was 46 years old. They were like, you just have to take a statin the rest of your life and eat healthy. And I thought I was eating healthy. Like I wasn't going through the drive-through every day. I was eating, the typical healthy vegan, or not vegan, but skinless, boneless chicken and avocados and olive oil, that kind of thing. So I was shocked that I was sick. And I didn't want to take the statin. I just did my research and I found Dr. Esselstyn's Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease. I just dove right in. I got the cookbook from Jane and Ann Esselstyn and just started cooking out of it every day. I didn't really know what I was doing. Cut to 6 years later, I was like, let me get some testing to see if this really worked. I feel like it worked. My cholesterol wouldn't really go down. It went down some, but I have that familial bad gene for high cholesterol. So I got the Cleveland Heart Lab panel. I got some other testing, echo stress cardiogram. I got my carotid arteries tested. And lo and behold, I reversed my heart disease. I didn't have those blocked arteries anymore. I didn't have inflammation in my body, so it could be done. And I just really wanted to let other people know that you don't have to just rely on pills and procedures. You can really take matters into your own hands by eating a low-fat vegan diet. And that's why I'm here.
It's amazing how simple that solution is, and people don't want to hear it. I mean, I can't tell you the number of people. VLynn and I know somebody right now who they have major health issues, and young woman, and we keep saying, because she'll ask, "What do I do?" And I'm at a point where with some people, I just say, "I already told you. I'm not going to tell you anymore. Go do it." And I was thinking about this. I love the title of your podcast, "Age Like a Badass Mother." I love that because today I went on a run before we did this live stream, and I was thinking I'm kind of a badass mother because I'm going to be 70 in 10 days, 70 in 11 or 10 days. And anyway, and I was out there running and I was thinking, this is awesome. And it's because of the lifestyle. So VLynn, I know you've got lots of questions, and we're going to talk about the Sage Circle Alliance, why you joined, Lauren, because this is something that it's a movement. So VLynn?
Well, I want to share a story that happened to me this morning. I was kind of irritated. I had to spend so much time waiting to see the cardiologist because I had some stress tests done the other day. I was just going to hear the results. And I'm thinking it's going to be, you know, a 15, 30-minute visit. I'm there for 2 hours. And so I'm in the waiting room with this young guy, and he's talking about having had heart surgery and a stroke, and you know they had to bring him back, you know, and all of that. And so I said, well, what is your mission in life? You know, you've got another life. What's your mission now? And he said, well, I guess it's to, you know, spread the gospel. And I said, well, great, that's wonderful. Do you know about what Daniel did that made the king just change everything? And not only did he go to a plant-based lifestyle, but the entire kingdom went to a plant-based lifestyle. This guy sat there, I could see the wheels turning, right? And he's just trying to think, because he's probably, you know, 70 pounds overweight, you know, or something, and all of these health issues and, you know, rotator cuff surgery and all this stuff going on. And I was like, you know, studies are proving that a plant-based diet can reverse and prevent some of the things that you've already been through. But if you don't change and add more fruits and vegetables to your diet, you're going to have this and more to contend with as you age. This is why I'm taking care of my parents. All the more reason that you should be healthy. And, you know, we come across these kinds of stories so much. And never did I think I'd be sitting in the cardiologist's office and all the other people sitting there waiting or hearing me and this guy in our conversations. So, you know, you always wonder, where is that going to go for them, if it's going to land at all? And I just look to the universe supporting all of the work that we're doing in getting the word out. And Sage Circle Alliance is the place where those of us who are doing this work are coming together. And Lauren, I would love to hear your story. You know, how you got to a plant-based lifestyle is one, but what really compelled you to join the Sage Circle Alliance, and how did you hear about it?
Well, first of all, I've been volunteering with PBNSG, which is Paul Chatlin, one of the founders, Paul and Meryl Fury. But Plant-Based Nutrition Support Group, PBNSG, was Paul's first baby that he founded after he kind of saved himself with Dr. Esselstyn's help from some open heart surgery and some major heart problems. So he started PBNSG. I started volunteering with him about, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. I lead their heart disease support group. I host a lot of their meetings with plant-based luminaries. And Paul mentioned it to me and really, you know, sent out an email kind of calling for anyone who wanted to join this new revolutionary thing where we all promote each other and we promote small vegan businesses, plant-based businesses. And, you know, I'll do anything Paul mentions or asks because I love him. I respect him. I know he means nothing but good in the world and wants to help people. And so if he's on board, I'm on board. So that was really why I joined. But then once I got further into it and really saw what we were doing, I was like, oh yeah, this needs to be done, because there are so many of us who are trying to do the same thing, just promote a plant-based lifestyle for people's health, for the climate, for the animals. I think once you, I'm looking, as I'm saying the animals, I have a tortoise, I hate to say, because my kid wanted it. And I have to turn my camera around because you guys have to see this tortoise coming to my office door trying to get in.
Oh, I had a tortoise as a kid, and we had to actually on his back we had to label that he belonged at we put the address because he kept leaving.
Did he keep moving out?
Yeah.
you
let's
see
see,
her?
where is he? I don't see him.
Oh my
I don't.
God.
Oh,
There he
there he
is.
is. Okay.
Saw a
Oh,
glimpse of
open
him.
the
Oh,
door.
sorry, Judy. I
Oh,
just hit him with
oh.
the door. Oh, Judy. And then the dog is crying because the dog wants to get the tortoise. Wait, let me let the dog out. All the shenanigans. Judy,
I
what do
love
you
it.
do?
I love it. As you can see with Sage Circle Alliance, we have some really cool people. And I have to say, when I saw that you were involved, that helped me to decide I wanted to be more involved, because I look at the caliber of members and it's crazy. I mean, it's what I love about Sage Circle Alliance. And it took me a little bit to get that, oh, this is not just another membership program. This is an alliance. This is a group of people that are coming together as a hub. And, you know, Paul and Meryl really had a vision that they expanded out. And we've got some of the top luminaries in the world that are members. We've got people that are fairly new to the plant-based vegan lifestyle, but everybody's on a mission. And I thought about this on my run today about the whole thing with let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me, because right now with so much that's going on in the world and all the anger and violence, and I was thinking, it has to start with us. And what people don't seem to realize is that when you put death, dying, and suffering in your body, it has to come out somewhere. So it really starts with what's on the end of our fork, and with the caliber of people involved in Sage Circle Alliance. What I love is that there's a speakers bureau, there's a podcast listing, you know, for all of us who have podcast shows, but just the mission that we're all on to come together. And we may have different ways of going about it, but it's joining together to make the world a better place.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, there's just so many people doing so many cool things. And like you said, we're all coming from our own, you know, little niche, but I think that we all have the same goals. And, you know, like I said, I came to this because of health, but once you start not eating animals, you know, and I never really loved it, to be honest, but I always kind of thought I had to, like, oh, I have to eat chicken because it's healthy. I don't really love it. It's kind of disgusting. I even knew that back then. You know, I never really enjoyed it. But once you stop eating animals, it lets you really look at it, because there's part of you that has to put on blinders to participate in that. You know, you have to be like, oh, it's just the thing in the wrapping at, you know, in the cellophane. It's not, you have to disconnect yourself a little bit to be able to eat an animal, because it's gross. And I think everybody kind of knows that. And then, you know, it lets you look at it, and then it lets you look at the climate, because you're like, okay, we shouldn't be eating animals because, you know, they're the ones making the methane gas. That's really, I mean, it just lets you look at everything. It lets you take your blinders off, and it really lets you look at your health. And then, like you said, the people who are making excuses like, oh, you know, I can't do this, I'm taking care of my parents, or whatever that guy said. I mean, it's, you know, it's not easy at times,
Right.
you know, I'm not going to lie, but I wouldn't go back for anything in the world. I would never go back to eating the way I was.
I agree. Oh, go ahead.
I'm with you. You know, you reminded me when you're talking about taking the blinders off and how we numb ourselves to doing things sometimes because we just don't know. We're around others who think that that's the right thing to do. And I told Kathleen one time about the story of me and the chicken. I was maybe 10 years old, 9 or 10 years old, and my mom had shipped us off, my brother and my sister and I, to a cousins, and they lived in Richmond on a big farm, and they had chickens and cows and horses and all of that. And all I remember was this chicken. Is no sooner than I got out of the car, this chicken found me and started chasing me around. I'm serious, like chasing me around and numbing at me. And I was so afraid of this chicken, right? And so we were there for 3 weeks. And, you know, most of what we ate back then was the vegetables and fruit and everything anyway. But the last day, the night before we were leaving, somebody had the bright idea that they were going to do this feast, and they had a bunch of chicken. And somebody said, guess what? We did this for you and your favorite chicken. And I threw up, right? I could not believe that they would have even told me that they killed this chicken that had greeted me the way that it greeted me when I got there, had been there with all of us for the 3 weeks that I had been there, and then they killed it so we could eat it.
Mm, mm, mm.
And I remember not eating chicken for a good while after that. I didn't associate it with other meats as well, but as a little girl, I'm thinking, I never forgot that. It was like it happened yesterday.
Right.
And it wasn't until I really started telling these stories about things that happen in life that I even got to the point where that chicken probably was telling me, you're going to do something important in your life. You know, don't know when, don't know how, but I'm just here to remind you, save the chickens.
Save the chicken. Well, and we do every day. So,
and you know, it just really tells me that one of my favorite foods before becoming vegan was chicken wings.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Not so much the rest of the chicken, you know,
mm-hmm.
chicken breast you did for other things, but I was like the chicken wing girl. I had my own recipes and everything. Talk about what we put the blinders on around, what we desensitize to. And when we get the real understanding, when we get the truth, when we embody what it means to no longer eat meat, and we learn, like Kathleen said, that when you're taking in this hurt and pain that animals feel when they're being bred for slaughter, you understand. And you know, with my heritage, I really get it. You know, and so I really appreciate that you brought that in. And I know that that is the case for so many of us plant-based vegans who relate to coming into this space and wanting to make a difference, wanting to help others awaken to this information. So yeah,
I have a comment for you, VLynn, and I have a question for you, Lauren. And the comment is, it's kind of an observation. What a blessing it was for you today to be in the waiting room for an hour and a half to be able to touch that young man's life. I mean, seriously, it's like a lot of times like if there's a traffic jam or, you know, there's a big line at the grocery store, we think of like what we're missing out on instead of saying, ooh, let me be in the moment. And you were totally in the moment to educate him on he's a good Christian man. And he didn't know about the Daniel fast. He didn't know about what Daniel did. Maybe he did, but he didn't have a consciousness
associate it. Yes.
Now he does. And I know that impacted him. And that's how we as plant-based vegans can impact other people. So I just wanted to make that observation. God is good. God really gave you the opportunity. And, you know, for those who might have an issue with the word God, it could be spirit, it could be universe. You know, I want to respect that. And that's part of what I think in the vegan movement we do is we do tend to look at things from a more open and global perspective. Not always, but as we grow. Now, Lauren, the question I have for you is, what is Well Elephant? Tell us about that. When did you start it? Why did you start it? What is it?
Thank you. Well, first of all, I named it Well Elephant because elephants are strong, beautiful herbivores supported by their community, and you are too. And Well Elephant, really, I have an online class that's called ACE, Plant-Based Eating, and ACE is an acronym. ACE stands for Amend the Recipe. So take anything you loved in your former life before you went plant-based, like chicken fried steak, and learn how to make that whole food plant-based. Just learn how to amend any recipe. C stands for Cook Without Oil. As we know, oil is just nothing but artery clogging, a high-fat food. You know, it's not good for you. And like I thought it was too. Like I was eating olive oil so much before I went whole food plant-based. Now that's something that some people maybe have to put on the back burner and just start being plant-based. I like to meet people where they are. I'm not like, you have to do it my way all the way or just forget it. And then E is eat on the go. So just being able to leave your house and still stick to this way of eating, going to, you know, other people's houses to eat, to socialize, to go to a restaurant, to go on vacation, to, go to a business dinner, a wedding. It's difficult to stick to this way of eating, but I've done it for 9 years and I don't stray. I just got back from a 5-week vacation from Australia. And I'll tell you, I had a little oil over the course of 5 weeks, a smidge, because there were times where I really couldn't control. But it was few and far between. I really stick to this way of eating. So amend the recipe, cook without oil, and eat on the go. Those are really the only things that you have to know how to do to be able to eat a whole food plant-based diet. So I have an online course. That's really what Well Elephant is. I have Instagram where I do, recipes and things like that, but there's recipes on my website. There's how-to videos.
Wonderful.
I try to give a lot of free information. The course is not expensive to begin with. It's $79, but I have I usually run like a code on my website that gives a discount, and then it's $39. I want to make it really affordable.
Right.
And I swear, if somebody says, I really don't have $39 and I'm sick and I really want to do this, I'll give them a code where they could do it for free.
Right.
I want for people to be able to do this.
You're blessing others and you get blessed. I mean, one of the things, with VLynn and I in our business, Vegan Visibility Productions, which we don't teach people nutrition, or we bring on the people who are the experts, but we're marketing experts, we're strategists. And one of the things in our business, it's grounded and the foundation is in the spirit. It's in the spirit of what we can do to help other people. And I mean, I'll kind of pull back the curtain on one thing we do. When we're bidding on a job with a client, we actually pray before we send out the contract, and we ask for the highest good of all concerned to reveal itself. Because if it's not meant for us to work with that person, we will recommend them to somebody else. If it is meant for us to work with that person, we will encourage them to go ahead and make that choice. So everything we do is about blessing others so that we can experience the blessings.
That's interesting that you said that, because I think I have like a little bit different verbiage, but like I meditate, and it's like what you just said before. It's all the same though. And I was thinking that this morning, when I was meditating, I was like, this really is the same as praying, right? You're clearing your mind, you're letting things come to you, you're hoping for the best for everybody. So it's interesting that you're saying that, because I really feel like I want everybody to benefit as well.
Absolutely.
Work together, just different verbiage, but it's the same thing. So,
well, and I love what you're doing, because it sounds like you're helping so many people. And truth be told, when you look at like the upfront cost of something, let's say it's $39.79, whatever it is, when you look at the long-term cost of being sick. I mean, this young man that was at in the waiting room, 70 pounds overweight, already had open heart surgery. And how old would you say he was, VLynn?
I would say he was maybe 55.
And it's younger and younger and younger that people are having this happen. And so, all of us, we're on a mission. We have a very important job, and the Sage Circle Alliance allows us to come together to, like, for example, let's say that somebody wants to learn about the changing the eating and they want to use your protocol, Lauren. We will recommend that they contact you, because that's not what we do, but we will make that recommendation. And for all the different members of the organization, it's phenomenal. I mean, we should do some name dropping, I think, okay, Lauren's involved, VLynn's involved, Kathleen, Gage, Dr. Furman's involved, Dr. Will Tuttle's involved, Meryl Fury is involved, Paul is involved. I mean, who are some of the people, VLynn, that we can do some name dropping on?
Sid Notter is involved, and she's a nutritionist and coach, doing much like Lauren is doing. But, I love that. And you brought it up a couple of times, Kathleen. The Sage Circle Alliance is a hub for those who are reaching directly into the communities, whether they be online communities or live communities. These are the people who are really doing the work, and the Alliance is the place to find them. Mm-hmm. And I love it because there's so many aspects of the Alliance that people will find as members of the Alliance that will give them a larger opportunity to get seen and get heard and help people to find them, basically. And Lauren, I know that you're a part of a couple of groups that you volunteer with inside the organization. Why don't you tell us a little bit about those groups?
I'm in the Speakers Bureau. So I do public speaking. That's actually where I met Meryl Fury. We were both speaking at a holistic something lifestyle conference, I think. And so the Speakers Bureau is, let's say you need a speaker for whatever event you're putting on. You can kind of browse through who we have available and see who resonates with you and what you'd like to hear about. Would you like to hear about aging well and eating well? Would you like to hear about reversing disease? Would you like to hear about, animals or the climate or anything like that? There's there's somebody who, Peggy Krause, she specializes in reversing type 2 diabetes. So there's all kinds of people. Sid's in it, Sid Notter, as you talked about. She's a cookbook author, and Rachel Brown, she's also a cookbook author.
Rachel's amazing. All the names that you named are amazing people. And I don't know if we've already signed up to be in it, but both VLynn and I are speakers. We speak separately or we speak together. I've been a professional speaker for 30 years, past president of the Utah chapter of National Speakers Association. So, you're getting some pretty amazing people from all those folks that you just named. And so there's the Speakers Bureau. What else are you involved with?
That's been primarily it. But I want to say that Sage Circle Alliance is like twofold. We have two different kinds of groups we're trying to reach. People like us who are whole food, plant-based or plant-based entrepreneurs who want to reach their audience, but then also the people who need plant-based businesses like, okay, my doctor told me I have to go plant-based. What do I do now? So it's two different groups.
Audiences.
Two different audiences that we
Wonderful.
And so I want people to be aware of that. So if you're like us, you should join Sage Circle Alliance so you can reach the end user, the people who need to go plant-based. And if you're somebody who needs to figure out this plant-based, situation, like how do I do this to save my life or to save the planet or to save the animals, this is also the place for you to figure that out. So
I love that. I love it. And I'm so glad you brought that in, Lauren, because right now we are reaching into the audience of practitioners and professionals and influencers like ourselves to build our charter membership. Once this charter membership open drive is over, there will be no more charter members able to be a part of the alliance. You can become a member of the alliance, but you won't have the ability to call yourself a charter member. And, I think it's important for people to know too, that there are 3 levels. There's the founding member level, which we are all a part of, which is why we're here now sharing this message. And then there's the charter member level, which we are we are inviting others to join us in this movement. And then when on June 1st, so for the entire month of May, we have an open membership for charter members. And on June 1st, we open to Sage members, which is our regular membership. And the beauty of being a charter member is not only do you get your membership, you get it at a 10% discount during the month. And you also get a group of gifts that have been put together and donated by charter members, by founding members, for charter members to have. This is our way of saying welcome, get to know us, and we'd love to get to know you. And along with membership, there's onboarding that makes getting into your membership easy when you understand all of the facets of the website and who's involved and how to navigate through the membership benefits. You get to, like Kathleen said, list your podcast. We even have an author section. If you're an author, you get to list your books, a book or books. We have places where you can put upcoming events if you're doing something that you want others to know about. And as a member, you see something and you say you're a practicing physician, a lifestyle physician, or a family practice, or cardiologist, whatever your specialty is, and you see something in the upcoming events that might be good for your patients, we are so open to sharing those opportunities. And we want you to put your events in if you're doing things. And it's all about helping the end user. What we're doing is setting up the framework so that there is a place that people can go to find the people they need. And again, thank you for bringing that in, Lauren, because it's so important for people who want to know more. You know, I'm not a practicing physician. I don't do this work, but I love what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. How do I get involved? Right. Well, right now we're about to launch our crowdfunding campaign, where you can give a donation of any amount to show your support for the work that is being done to pull all of this together. And then when we open the regular membership for consumers, we will have a way to let you know. And we're going to do it similar to what we did here. We're going to have different levels where you get a bunch of other benefits from joining when you do. So be with us, stay with us. We've got a Facebook page. You can find us on YouTube. And we would love for you to connect with the Sage Circle Alliance, whether you're a practitioner, you know, a plant-based vegan entrepreneur, or someone who is a corporate leader who wants people within your corporation to know that the Sage Circle Alliance is here. You can join as a corporate member. And as a corporation, you get a certain number of other memberships, so that if there are people within your corporation who are doing some of this or want to be early members of the consumer side, you could even do that. So we have opportunities for everyone, and we would love for everyone to join us, because it's all about making people aware.
Absolutely.
The alternatives to surgery, to pills and prescriptions, and it is whole food, plant-based living.
It's a simple solution. And our healthcare system is collapsing. We can't beat around the bush on that. There's so much that is collapsing right now. And why not lift yourself up and put good, healthy, live energy into your body so that you can go out and do the work that you're here to do.
Yeah. And so do they just go to sagecirclealliance.com to join?
.org.
Sage Circle. I should know that.
Thank you for, yeah, because here we're talking about it. People are going, how do I join? How do I join?
SageCircleAlliance.org to join.
Wonderful. Okay.
And then charter members, there's a discount code too, right? What is it?
Yes. Actually, when you go to sagecirclealliance.org, you should see the discount code for charter members. And when you click the top right-hand corner on the page, you'll be able to see it, use it, get in. And the sooner you get in, the better, because there's some other incentives. When you get in, we'd love for you to make a video, a short video, 2 minutes or less, and tell us what really compelled you to join. And we are going to, at the end of the month, look at all of the videos that were submitted, and we're going to select some to actually use to share with the world and continue the inviting to become a member. So yeah, you want some additional exposure for your organization, for your practice, for your message, join us. We'd love to help you with that.
You know, VLynn, you just were reading my mind, because I was thinking the thing that many times happens with small businesses or large businesses, they don't know how to get that visibility in front of their quote unquote ideal client, ideal customer, ideal member. And one of the things that we're doing with the Sage Circle Alliance is spotlighting people like Lauren today came on. And how many people are going to see this that maybe they've heard of her and they wanted to learn more. So now they had the opportunity, or maybe, this is their first introduction, might be their first introduction to us. And that's what Sage Circle Alliance is doing for the members. We are doing all we can to raise the visibility around the movement, around the members, around the different organizations, around the services you offer and the products you offer. So join the organization, because I can assure you, for the nominal investment, you will get a very, very high ROI, which for those in business, it's a return on investment. And if you don't know what that is and you're in business, that's why you need to join Sage Circle Alliance, because you're going to learn some amazing business strategies.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are creating the future of plant-based lifestyle, because it is now. If we don't do things now to help turn everything around, our kids and our grandkids are going to have such a tough time living in this world. And we're all about health and compassion and saving our planet. And, you can see the interconnection between it all. And it's key that the work that we are doing be in front of so many more people. And we want more of those who are thinking like us and wanting to be out there to do this way with others. Join us. We can't do it ourselves. No one can do it alone. Kathleen and I are all about the collaborative. The thing that accelerates business growth is collaborations.
Yep.
And that is what we teach. That is what we live. That is what we promote. And the Sage Circle Alliance and their values align so deeply with our own that it made sense. And it makes sense. And we hope that it makes sense for you too. And that you'll jump on board and be a part of this amazing organization with us, because we're going to be doing some things and we'd love for you to be a part of it all.
We're going to be doing some things because we are age like a badass mothers. I love that title. I just, seriously, it's like one of the things VLynn and I talk about all the time is that as we approach our 70th birthdays, both of us are, that's kind of part of our branding too, is like, we don't want to be like the typical 70-year-old by any stretch of the imagination. It's like, hey, and it's because we're plant-based eaters. I got to tell you that is such a foundation to what we do. So with that, Lauren?
Yeah, I love it. I think that's great. You guys definitely are aging like badass mothers. That's for sure. Yeah, I love it. I love our organization because we're all just really trying to collaborate and showcase each other. And just for an example, you guys donated to us like this amazing marketing class that I've been slowly working my way through. Like that's
thank you.
Unbelievable. I mean, just things like that. So yeah, if you're a plant-based entrepreneur or practitioner, you should definitely join, because we want to all help each other and work together to spread the message. That's really it.
Okay.
That is, and thank you for joining us today. Look forward to you doing a hosting spot and interviewing a couple of founding members, and many more of the founding members. We look forward to stepping into this space so that you can meet them too. And on that note, unless somebody else has some additional comments to make, we're going to wrap things up and say we're so excited about the Sage Circle Alliance, about the work that we all do, that we're coming together to do together. And, it reminds me of when I first learned about Dr. Barnard's initiative with PCRM, Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, and the Ditch Milk campaign that they did. And they did it throughout the metropolitan Washington, D.C. area, but they had billboards, they had sides of metro buses with posters, ditch milk. And that was the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually worked to where they were able to stop the advertising and the commercials on television that were promoting milk being healthy for the body, because we know that dairy is one of the precursor killers and leads into heart disease and all kinds of other ailments that people suffer with. And so we're looking at something like that with the Sage Circle Alliance. So join us and be a part of something that's just totally amazing.
You know, VLynn, you just reminded me of something that happened yesterday. I took a break and I popped on TV for a few minutes. And in the time that I ate my lunch and was watching a very short period of time, I found out what I could take for diabetes. I found out what I could do to get rid of my psoriasis. I even found out what I could do to get rid of erectile dysfunction, which I thought was pretty amazing. I found out, you know, all these diseases that I didn't even know about that I've got because the commercials tell me I've got it. And what you'll find is talk to your doctor about this and ask them, do the requests for certain medications go up as a result of the commercials? And they do. We are brainwashed, the society as a whole. I went to an insurance meeting because I switched insurance companies this year. I'm on Medicare, and they gave me a really nice option for an insurance company. And I was sitting next to a woman that we started chatting about health. And she said, well, I'm on 22 medications. I said, really? And the woman next to me on the other side said, I'm on 5 medications. I said, really? And they said, and how many are you on? And I said, none. And they said, how's that possible? And I said, do you really want to know? And they both said, yes. And I said, I'm a vegan and a plant-based eater. And you would have thought that I had the plague as soon as I said that, because it's like, oh, couldn't do that. 22 medications. And I thought, that's sad. That is sad, not only for what it's doing to her body, but her finances, her emotional well-being, and just that she's so hooked into the cult, if you will. I said it. I said it. Healthcare can be a cult. Okay, I said it. But the reality is, when they call us and they say that we're a cult, well, you know what? We're the cult of compassion. We are a group of compassionate people that are just trying to do better in our lives and help other people do better. So I keep getting on my soapbox. That's what happens when I go on a run near the river on a beautiful, beautiful spring day.
Well, we're glad you take those runs, because can't imagine if you weren't.
Oh, well, you know, I have another story. Okay, you gave me an opening to another story. The other day, I go. I'm sure that most of us have seen those TikTok videos about when somebody goes to a store where they ask for your receipt as you're leaving the store, and people get into arguments with these people, and then the police come in, and everybody's going, "Oh, those workers, they're so bad," and the police, they're so bad. And I saw one yesterday where this kid's walking out with a big screen TV. They asked him for his receipt. He gives them, this really happened, he gives them a piece of paper that says, "Are you circumcised? Yes or no?" And I thought, why are you doing that? He ended up getting arrested because he wouldn't give his receipt. Well, the other day I'm at Walmart and I'm leaving, and I watched the people in front of me not even look at the girl while they're giving their receipt. They were so annoyed with this young woman. And I walked up to her and I gave her my receipt and I said, "I'm sorry that happened." I said, "Is that a common occurrence?" She goes, "All the time." And I said, "Do people even stop to thank you?" She goes, "You're one of the only people that's talked to me today." And I was shocked. And I thought, you know, people are talking about world peace. Let the peace begin with us. It's like our behaviors day by day, and a lot of it has to do with the foods that we consume. It might sound like that's a soapbox speech, and it is, because it's true. What you put into your body has to come out some way. So it's running, it's meditation, it's prayer, it's what we eat, it's staying hydrated, it's thinking good thoughts. And I thought, you know, one thing that people could do every single day is set the intention to be kind today. Just for today. That don't think about tomorrow. Just for today. Set the intention to be kind to everybody you come in contact with, because, but for the grace of God, there go I.
I do that every day. I try to be kind every day to everybody that I come in contact with.
And the first person we should be kind to is ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
great.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. So, well, this has been delightful. What a great way to start the day. Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Working with you.
Same here. Same here. And we will see everyone. Well, someone will see everyone tomorrow on day 4. Bye for
Absolutely.
now.
Bye for now.
Bye.